Hey YouTube. Most of you know probably. My name is Keela. Um, I suffer from lupus, Sjögren's syndrome, and fibromyalgia. I've already done a couple videos. I've applied for disability. Got denied the first time. Finally had my hearing today. Oh yes, boy, boy, boy. I was nervous before I went. I was stressing out so much about it. But I tried to calm myself down. I prayed about it, I leave it in the Lord's hand because what's for me is for me. He knows what I'm going through. Um, but when I got in there, boy, did they just, whew, they asked me all types of questions, and I thought mostly they was going to ask the attorney the questions. I knew they was going to ask me some questions, but I didn't think they was going to drill me like that. Um, I think everything probably would have went well today, but what messed me up, well, I'm not gonna say it messed me up, but what could mess me up, like the judge said, is I applied for disability before I quit my job. During the time I applied for disability is when I found out I was sick. I could barely work. I was working less than 40 hours at the time. I was working less than 20 hours during the week. I was calling out every day. It was like a week. I wasn't showing up for work for like a whole week. When I go to work, it was for 1 or 2 hours. So I had applied for disability. Now I wasn't warned that I couldn't apply for disability during the time I was working, but I did know afterwards that you have to, it's not really good to work if you're trying to apply for disability because that means that they see you as not being disabled. It's not the truth is it's hard to not work, because you have to think about it, especially if you have bills, you got kids, who's gonna take on their responsibility? That's something you have to think about. And plus just to immediately quit the job, I had to I didn't know if they was gonna fire me or, what should I do. I was trying to wait on my doctor to write up a letter saying that, I couldn't work. I did finally have that to happen. He wrote out something showing that I could not work. Now, I don't know if they seen that letter or not or what happened, but I'm just praying that they still see me through this and not turn me down because of I applied for disability during the time I was working. Now, I stopped working like 2 weeks or a week after I applied for disability because I was barely even working. I just finally called them. I talked with the manager and asked him, what's the best thing for me to do. Cause I was trying to see is there anything like are they able to switch my positions? Am I able to do some type of small work? I couldn't work for an hour there for real. But I was trying to see can I do something very light, and they couldn't do that, because the job consisted of 40 hours a week. Me staying on the phone, speaking with the Sprint customers and helping them out. Even though that might seem to some people, to me, it was hard when I got sick. I couldn't do everything I was doing. I couldn't multitask no more. Like I said, I have problems with my eyes, my pain, have my hands, I have carpal tunnel, my joint hurts, my back hurts. I can't stand for long. Even trying to walk, it's hard. But I'm trying to stay strong because it really stressed me out today, and knowing that I have to wait at least about 30 more days before they even let me know anything. So it's like I have to, it's just a point of I already waited, about a year, close to a year. And then just to sit and wait for these 30 days knowing that that could mess me up. I pray to God it don't mess me up because Lord knows I don't know how I'm going to keep paying these bills. If I could work, I would be working. I was working and going to school, taking care of my kids and everything. But I can't help because my body decided wanted to get sick. I can't help because lupus decided to take over. Boy, I tell you, it's crazy in this world today. It feels like nobody cares, they're not going through it, so they don't know. Right, I'm hurt right now. It's ridiculous. And I just want to warn some of you all who are applying for disability, because if this really turns out to be true, make sure that you at least wait 30 days from working to apply for disability, because that may could mess you up. Because that's what the judge told me today. So I leave it up into God's hands, asking y'all for y'all prayers, and just pray for me, and be praying for myself, and I send prayers out to everybody who's going through situations, not only lupus but anything. Keep God first, and remember, don't give up.